Hi guys, it's Chris here from the Carmarthen Camera Centre and a very warm welcome to you from our new studio space here at the Zion Chapel. This is YouTube 2.0. What a way to start it with a brand new product launch brought to you directly from Sigma UK. We have 3 new lenses for you, part of their contemporary series. But before we jump into what those new lenses are, let's answer that constantly asked question. What is the difference between a contemporary series lens and Sigma's coveted art series lenses? Well, it's quite a short and sweet answer. What you normally tend to find is that the art series lenses will have faster apertures and generally tend to be slightly bulkier, more glass heavy lenses, versus the contemporary series, which tend to be slightly slower apertures, albeit that they're still f2s, f2.8s, but they are made to fit almost into a pocket. Really nice, small, lightweight lenses. You know, this particular one that I'm holding in my hand won't weigh more than sort of 220, 225 grams. So they are very, very portable lenses. And with that, Sigma have you covered for both professional work when you need that absolutely critical sharpness in glass versus these lenses, which aren't any slouches, by the way. You know, they're still very, very sharp lenses, but just offer you that little bit more portability. And there we go. So hopefully that answers the question for you guys before we jump into this sort of product reveal video. This is a first time, a little bit of an exclusive. So thank you very much to Sam Smith from Sigma UK for sorting this out. Diving into the first of these 3 lenses, we have the 17mm F4 DG full frame lens, which I could probably pocket that, to be honest with you. 225 grams in the L mount and 220 grams for the Sony E mount version of this lens. Comes complete with a bayonet hood, as well as mine and Steve's favourite feature, a magnetic lens cap. It has a front diameter of 55 millimeters, which means that you will be able to screw on your variable ND filters as well as your regular glass filters on there as well, which is a really handy thing for a wide angle lens. But who's it for? Me and Steve were asking this exact question, and 17 millimeters, if you're using it on a full frame camera, probably absolutely brilliant for landscape photographers, interior architecture, 4K cropped cameras, and the astrophotographers out there. We love a bit of astrophotography, don't we, Steve? He's nodding in the back there. Next on the list, guys, we have the 23mm F1.4. And again, it's another little pocket rocket of a lens there. Effective full frame focal range is actually 34.5 millimeters. This is a DC cropped sensor lens. So 35 millimeters or thereabouts gives you a very, very handy companion for all of your street photography needs, as well as any wide content-based portraiture, environmental and on the streets as well. When you're looking to frame something up with a little bit of a background interest, but it does have a 1.4 aperture. This is comprised of 9 aperture blades, which are cut circular. So it gives you some really, really nice bokeh on there as well. And Sigma are coveted for their fantastic creamy bokeh. And this lens is no exception to that. This will also work absolutely fantastically. The one that I've got here is a Sony E mount, and whilst we're on the subject of that, this lens will work very, very well, especially for the Sony cameras that crop 1.5 times at 4K 60. Really, really good companion for that. So another massive tick in the box from Sigma there with this prime. Beautiful fast aperture, really, really nice smooth lens design. Everything just works. It just works. Well done, Sigma. We really like this one. And last but not least, guys, one of my favorite focal lengths. This is the 50mm F2. What a fantastic little lens this is as well. I really like the 50mm focal range. For anybody that follows any of my work, a lot of portraiture, this is the ideal little companion for that. This is a DG lens as well, so it's a full frame 50mm F2. Wonderfully smooth, and you've got the clicky aperture ring there. Really nice smooth focus ring there, as well as a manual to autofocus switch on the side there. This lens also comes complete with the magnetic lens cap, which is absolutely awesome. This one features a 58mm diameter, so if you're somebody that likes to shoot you know, those sort of rustic looking portraits with the lens bloom, something like the black mist filter setup, this is an ideal little lens to achieve that with. Now, it's f2. It's not quite as fast, obviously, as their award-winning 50mm f1.4, but with the size of it, just weighing in at 325 grams, this makes for a very good travel companion. And what you tend to find is that by the time you've stopped these lenses down to f4, between this and the f1.4 version of this lens, there's not very much in terms of image quality that you're losing there. So whilst the f1.4 will probably be sharper wide open, by the time you've stopped down, there is very little difference there, and that's a very big talking point between the contemporary lenses and the art series lenses. If your budget doesn't quite match art series, Sigma have got you absolutely covered with this type of lens. The contemporary series is certainly no slouch, and it was a little bit of a throwaway comment there, to be honest with you, with in regards to the sharpness. This is still, you know, let's not get it twisted. This is still very sharp at f2 wide open, and these lenses across the contemporary and the art range, they're designed to be so. So what you will tend to find is that the lens curve for sharpness starts almost at the wide open point and almost starts to dip off when you get to around about sort of f8 or f9, whereas 10 years ago you would have had lenses which were, you know, getting to their peak by the time you sort of got to f8, and then they would drop off a little bit. But the curve has certainly changed now. So kudos to Sigma. Listen, we're all a bunch of bokeh junkies, and these lenses certainly are ticking all of the boxes there. We hope you've enjoyed that, guys. Don't forget to like, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, smash that bell icon so that you can get up-to-date information from all the goings on in store, as well as our latest product videos.